Okay, we are at E173 2017 and I've actually done a separate video of all the other interesting things that you can see at this ginormous show, but I think this one deserves a little bit more time. So we're not going to spend just a minute on this, we're going to go through all the features. This is the new FX Crown. I like it in this color. You may have seen other videos of the same gun in different colors. I like this one. I was a huge fan of the Royale. I love the look and feel of the Royale, but I love the functionality of the Impact. This one kind of combines the traditional look of the Royale, the ergonomics of the Royale, and the adjustability of the Impact. And that's what I want. I'm a fiddler. I love to play around with different settings and experiment and get the best accuracy out of my gun. And you couldn't really do that with the Royale. The Impact you could. So on this gun, you get the multiple power adjustments, you get the hammer spring adjustment over here, you get the transfer port adjustment, and you get the two pressure gauges and the regulator that's adjustable from the outside. The reason this is so important is because, say for example, I want to get a 22 caliber air gun and I buy it standard set at a reg pressure of maybe 110 bar or 120 bar, and it shoots really well with 18 grain JSP. So now I want to change a pellet, shoot a heavier pellet. I might want to turn the reg pressure up. I might want to play around with the settings. I couldn't do that with the Royale, but I can do it with this gun. So that's the first thing I'm really excited about. Other features include a full-length shroud. The Royale, as you can see back here, the Royale didn't have the full-length shroud. So this one is going to be a little bit more quiet, not because it's got more length, but because it's got more volume inside the shroud. And that means that air can be diverted back down the shroud instead of being pushed out the muzzle end, which is also possibly quite good for pellet as it exits the barrel, because it draws air away from the back of the pellet skirt. Other features, we've got a little Arrow 15 style safety over here like we had on the Impact, a new optional match trigger, so if you want to use this for competition shooting, you can get a much lighter trigger for it, and 18 shot magazine. Again, similar to the Impact, the Royale had a lot less, I think maybe 11 or 12 shots. This one's got 18. That's pretty much it in terms of features, except the most important thing in my opinion is that this rifle is going to come standard with the new Smooth Twist X barrel from FX. And this is a real game changer. I'm not going to say it's better than the Smooth Twist, because the Smooth Twist was great, but this one's a little bit more customizable in that the Smooth Twist barrel was limited to the twist rates you could put through it. Because it was only at the end of the barrel, the pellet generally didn't grip all the time properly on the rifling, and because of that, it stabilized JSB pellets perfectly well, but you couldn't stabilize really heavy pellets, you couldn't stabilize a variety of pellets you might want to shoot. This one gives you the option of fitting any twist rate you want. They're going to play around with the depth of the lands and grooves. You're going to play around with the choke, and essentially you'll be able to buy a different liner depending on what pellet you want to shoot, and then obviously adjust the gun according to that. You can really get the best out of your gun. Let me actually show you the barrel system quickly. So this is the Smooth Twist X barrel system. This one's in the shroud, so let's take it out. Looks like a normal Smooth Twist barrel, but what makes this one different is that you can actually replace the inside part of the barrel. So you buy the barrel sleeve like this, and you can switch out the liners inside. So this one will have a certain twist rate specific for a certain pellet, and you can take different barrel, different twist rate, set up for a different pellet, and slide it straight in, and that's your replacement. You can actually switch calibers as well if you want. You can purchase different pellet probe, like you see here, for different calibers. You can purchase a different caliber or different length barrel, and you can switch it out in seconds. So, as I said, the adjustability of the Impact. Now, let me interrupt you quickly just to tell you why this new barrel system and the adjustable power is so important to me. I'm a long-range shooter, which means that it's very important for me to be able to shoot pellets with higher ballistic coefficients. Let's be honest, the Diablo-shaped pellet design isn't really good in the ballistic coefficient or aerodynamics department. They're very accurate, yes, but they can get blown around by the wind a lot because of their bad BCs. what I've been able to do is I've been able to bring home a prototype Smooth Twist X barrel in 22 caliber that is longer than normal. This is a 600 millimeter 22 caliber barrel. I think a normal Smooth Twist 22 caliber barrel is 500 millimeters, so it's an extra 10 centimeters longer. I've got the transfer port drilled a little bit wider, so the transfer port is letting through a little bit more air, and I've basically maxed out the power on the impact to where, you know, this inside the safe parameters of the power adjustments. And I've got the new JSB 25.4 grain pellets that JSB announced quite recently. It's a new shape that's very, very stable. I've got those pellets shooting at almost 50 foot-pounds, got them shooting at 47 foot-pounds, and that pellet has a BC of 0.04, which is extremely high, and that's competing with the heavy 25 caliber pellets and the 30 caliber pellets, which means that technically I could use this gun for the extreme bench rest competition and pretty much compete with the 25 and 30 calibers, and that would be a first. So that is why I'm excited about the new barrel system and about the adjustability on the crown, and you're going to see a lot of this gun in the future. And I know a lot of you are going to ask about price. I'm happy to say that this will come in at a cheaper price than the Impact. I think it's going to retail for about $1,600 more or less for the walnut stock version. The laminate stock version will probably be a little bit more, the synthetic stock probably a little bit less, but that's a significant decrease in price from the Impact. So those of you who were thinking of getting the Impact but was a little bit out of your price range, this might be a really good option for you. And that's it on the crown. I'm definitely going to be doing a full review of this later. I really can't wait to get my hands on it, and I'll see you then. Thanks for watching. And thanks to my cameraman, Ted. You wanted me and Ted to do a video together. You got your wish, sort of.